Welcome to WatchMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 20 smash hit songs rejected by other artists.
I met her at a beauty salon with a baby Louis Vuitton under her underarm.
For this list, we're looking at the most popular tracks that went on to become major hits, even though they were initially written for and/or passed on by other musicians. Do you think any of these songs would have been successful if they were released by a different artist? Let us know in the comments. Number 20. Call Me, Blondie, offered to Stevie Nicks. Legendary Italian producer Giorgio Moroder composed the music of Call Me as part of the soundtrack for the American Gigolo movie. Once done, Giorgio needed a leading artist to bring the song to life, and he turned to Fleetwood Mac vocalist Stevie Nicks. Sadly, Nicks turned down the offer, reportedly to avoid a contractual breach. The song then landed in the lap of Debbie Harry, whose band Blondie was experiencing one of the highest points of their career. The group released Call Me in 1980, and it became an unstoppable hit, topping the charts in the US, Canada, and the UK. Number 19. Thinking About You, Frank Ocean, offered to Bridget Kelly. Frank Ocean's modern classic debut studio album Channel Orange established him as one of the most ingenious musicians of his generation.
No, I don't like you, I just thought you were cool enough to kick it. Got a beach house, I could sell you an item.
Its lead single, Thinkin' About You, received widespread critical acclaim and was nominated for the Grammy for Record of the Year. But it's crazy to think that all of that may have never happened. The song was initially written by Ocean for Rock Nation signee Bridget Kelly. However, he ended up posting his own recording online before ultimately fine-tuning it and featuring it on his album. But if you want to hear the Kelly version, just check out her 2011 EP Every Girl and play Thinking About Forever.
I remember, how could I forget how you feel?
Number 18. Don't Ya, The Pussycat Dolls featuring Busta Rhymes, offered to Paris Hilton. The song that we've all come to know as the Pussycat Dolls' smash debut hit was actually first released by singer Tori Alamaze.
Don't you wish your girlfriend was hot like me? Don't you wish your girlfriend was a freak like me?
That version failed to achieve much success, and it was refurbished as the hit single for the Pussycat Dolls. But before it became the number 2 Billboard hit that launched the group into the celebrity stratosphere, Don't Ya was offered to Paris Hilton. Hilton turned down the song as she reportedly didn't care for it. But according to the billionaire heiress, she wouldn't have hesitated to take the song if she'd heard the version we all jam along to now. Boy, don't you think she wishes she could turn back time?
Don't you wish your girlfriend was fun like me? Don't you?
Number 17. Wrecking Ball, Miley Cyrus, written for Beyoncé. What could we say about this song that you aren't already aware of? Well, probably that it wasn't even intended to be performed by the one and only Miley Cyrus.
Don't you ever say I just walked away, I will always want you.
Wrecking Ball, which appeared on her Bangers album, was actually penned during a songwriting session for Beyoncé. But apparently, the writers could immediately tell it wasn't right for her. So it was promptly offered to Cyrus, who was in the process of transforming her public image from teen idol to mature pop star instead.
I never meant to start a war, I just wanted you to let me in.
Could we see Beyoncé on a wrecking ball and licking a sledgehammer? Not quite. So we guess some songs eventually end up with the artists they were destined for.
All you ever did was wreck me.
Number 16. Danger Zone, Kenny Loggins, offered to Toto, Bryan Adams, REO Speedwagon, Jefferson Starship, and Corey Hart. The wild success of the hit soundtrack to 1986's Top Gun is largely attributed to the popularity of its single Danger Zone. The song, which was composed by Giorgio Moroder, was offered to a slew of artists before reaching Kenny Loggins. They reportedly included rock bands Toto, REO Speedwagon, and Jefferson Starship, as well as singers Bryan Adams and Corey Hart. But all these folks either exited the project or turned it down for various reasons. So Loggins, who had recorded the #1 soundtrack hit Footloose just 2 years earlier, stepped in as a last-minute replacement. He managed to strike gold again, sending Danger Zone to the #2 spot on the Billboard Hot 100 and creating a long-lasting legacy for the Top Gun franchise. Number 15, Alive, Sia, Rejected by Adele. Sia's songwriting skills are second possibly only to her vocal prowess.
I was born in a thunderstorm.
The Australian artist has become known as one of the 21st century's most prolific songwriters, having crafted tunes for everyone from Rihanna to Beyoncé and even Adele. For the latter's third album, 25, Sia co-wrote this synth-pop power ballad.
I found solace in the strangest place.
Adele, another one of the tune's writers, ultimately turned it down. When putting together her 2016 album This Is Acting, which featured songs she had penned for different artists, Sia decided to include Alive. And we couldn't be more grateful that she did. Her raw and rousing vocals perfectly communicate the emotions of the song, and it's hard to imagine anyone else singing it. Number 14, Holiday, Madonna, offered to Mary Wilson. In the early 80s, Curtis Hudson and Lisa Stevens, both from the band Pure Energy, wrote a song titled Holiday, which ended up being pitched to other artists. The song was presented to Mary Wilson, one of the founding members of the Supremes, but she chose to pass on it. It then found its way into the hands of a young Madonna, who was still very much in search of a breakout hit. In Holiday, she found what she was looking for. The track, which was rearranged to fit her style, became a huge success and made an international star out of her. It was a chart success in multiple countries and even snagged the #1 spot on Billboard's Dance Club Songs chart. Number 13, It's Raining Men, The Weather Girls, offered to Donna Summer, Diana Ross, Cher, and Barbra Streisand. After penning It's Raining Men in just a matter of hours, Paul Jabara and Paul Schaefer offered the song to the disco queen herself, Donna Summer. As a born-again Christian, Summer felt the track conflicted with her beliefs, viewing it as, quote, blasphemous, and turned it down. Jabara and Schaefer also apparently pitched it to Cher, Diana Ross, and Barbra Streisand, and got resounding no's from all of them. But in the hands of the Weather Girls, all of that was washed away. Although they initially disliked it, the duo ended up recording It's Raining Men for their third album, Success. And indeed, that is exactly what it was, charting extremely well in both the United States and abroad. Number 12, Rock Your Body, Justin Timberlake, offered to Michael Jackson. Justin Timberlake joined forces with Chad Hugo and Pharrell Williams to write Rock Your Body, which was meant for Michael Jackson. But not every song can make the cut, and this was among those that was rejected by the King of Pop when he was putting together his Invincible album. Likely not wanting to waste such a well-written track, Timberlake included it on his first solo album, Justified.
Got time, but I don't mind. Just wanna rock you, girl.
Rock Your Body peaked at number 5 on the Billboard Hot 100 and was an international hit as well. While Timberlake's version is extremely groovy in its own right, we can't help but imagine what heights Jackson would have taken the song to.
Dance me, I wanna rock your body. Please stay. Dance me.
Number 11, God is a Woman, Ariana Grande, offered to Camila Cabello. Ariana Grande's 2018 pop hit God is a Woman was almost recorded by somebody else. The pop star only got the chance to perform the song after it was passed on by Camila Cabello. Cabello said she was given the song when it only had a chorus. She then added her own verses and recorded it, but ended up not really feeling the result. So she decided to give it up. It was then given to Ariana Grande, who fleshed it out with different verses and put her signature sultry spin on it. The track hit the top 10 in almost 20 countries and earned a Grammy nomination for Best Pop Solo Performance.
You believe God is a woman.
Number 10, What's Love Got to Do with It? Tina Turner offered to Cliff Richard, Phyllis Hyman, and Donna Summer. After a tumultuous period in her career, Tina Turner made a phenomenal comeback when her 1984 single What's Love Got to Do With It hit the top of the charts.
It's physical, only logical.
But as synonymous as the song now is with Turner's name, it went on quite the journey before getting into her hands. It was reportedly presented to Cliff Richard, but the British singer decided not to move forward with it. The writers are then said to have passed it on to Phyllis Hyman and later Donna Summer, but neither of those options panned out either. Thankfully, Turner eventually got her hands on the track, and the rest is pop music history. Number 9. Let's Get Loud. Jennifer Lopez, rejected by Gloria Estefan. These days, we all know Jennifer Lopez as a successful dancer, actress, singer, and businesswoman. It all began with projects like Selena and this salsa-infused song. Featured on her very first studio album, Let's Get Loud was co-written by none other than Gloria Estefan. Though Estefan was reportedly going to use the song for herself at the start, she ultimately decided to go in a different artistic direction. So Lopez got it. Of course, it earned her a Grammy nomination and remains one of her most beloved works.
Life is meant to be big fun, you're not hurting anyone, nobody loses.
Curious fans can still check out Estefan's take on the song on the Target version of her Miss Little Havana album, though.
Let's get loud, let's get loud.
Number 8. What Do You Want From Me? Adam Lambert, rejected by Pink. Co-written by Pink, alongside Swedish hitmakers Max Martin and Shellback, What Do You Want From Me was originally intended to appear on Pink's Funhouse album. In fact, she had already recorded the song, but it was ultimately scrapped from the track list. Instead, it was handed over to Adam Lambert, who was fresh off his American Idol run and was putting together his debut studio album for Your Entertainment.
Just don't give up, I am working it out.
What Do You Want From Me became a huge success for Lambert, cracking the top 10 in many areas and receiving a Grammy nomination. Pink's version still appears on select releases of her compilation album Greatest Hits So Far. Number 7. How Will I Know? Whitney Houston, offered to Janet Jackson. This song, which has been highlighted as one of Whitney Houston's standout tracks, very nearly wasn't recorded by her. How Will I Know was penned by George Merrill and Shannon Rubicam, and the intended recipient wasn't Houston but Janet Jackson. The songwriters presented the material to Jackson and her team, but they rejected it, leaving the duo rather disappointed. Still, all hope was not lost, as the track eventually found its way into the hands of Arista Records executive Jerry Griffith, who was crafting Houston's first album. It was then reworked to suit Houston's style, becoming a smash hit that climbed to the very top of the Billboard Hot 100 following its release. Number 6. Gold Digger. Kanye West featuring Jamie Foxx, offered to Shauna. Believe it or not, Kanye West's award-winning collaboration with Jamie Foxx was initially written to be sung from the female perspective. West had co-produced the beats and crafted the chorus for rapper Shauna's debut album Worth the Wait. But after Shauna decided not to use the song, West kept it for himself and made some tweaks to tell the story from a male point of view.
Okay, get your kids, but then they got their friends. I pulled up in the Benz, they all got a bin.
Upon its release, Gold Digger became a critical and commercial success. It was heavily praised by music critics and reached what was then a record-breaking number of digital downloads in 1 week. West scored a #1 single on the Hot 100 with this track and earned a Grammy for Best Rap Solo Performance.
Get down, girl, go ahead, get down. Get down, girl, go ahead, get down.
Number 5. Umbrella. Rihanna featuring Jay-Z, offered to Britney Spears. Back in 2007, Britney Spears was going through a heavily publicized rough period in her personal life. When songwriters Tricky Stewart, The Dream, and Cucurell received the song Umbrella, they intended to secure the pop star's next big hit. However, Spears' team turned it down. Apparently, they felt adding another track to her upcoming Blackout album was unnecessary. The demo floated around for a bit until it eventually reached Rihanna, who connected to the song almost instantly.
You have my heart, and we'll never be worlds apart.
She recorded it for her Good Girl Gone Bad album, and the result was a worldwide chart topper and a Grammy-winning tune.
You can stand under my umbrella.
Number 4. Happy, Pharrell Williams, offered to CeeLo Green. Pharrell Williams scored one of the most successful songs of the 2010s with the up-tempo Happy, which topped the charts in over 20 countries around the world.
I'm a hot air balloon that could go to space.
The extremely catchy song also won 2 Grammy Awards and was nominated for the Academy Award for Best Original Song. All of this glory could have easily slipped from Williams' hands had the song been recorded by the intended artist, CeeLo Green. Williams had crafted the number earlier for Green, who recorded his own version but was prevented from releasing it. Apparently, Green's label wanted to focus their energy on his upcoming holiday album instead. We bet they aren't so happy with that decision now.
Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof.
Number 3. Since You've Been Gone, Kelly Clarkson, offered to Pink and Hilary Duff. Everyone's favorite breakup song had to pass through not 1, but 2 rejections before it landed in the right hands.
You're dedicated, you took the time. Wasn't long till I called you mine.
Right from the point of inception, Max Martin and Dr. Luke had intended to give Since You've Been Gone to Pink. But when the pop rock goddess passed on the track for unknown reasons, they decided to offer it to Hilary Duff instead. However, it ended up not being the right fit for her vocal range, so nothing concrete came of that. After some deliberation, the track finally found its home with Kelly Clarkson. She made it her own by amping up the rock elements, turning it into a phenomenal anthem. Number 2. I Don't Want to Miss a Thing, Aerosmith, intended for Celine Dion. Veteran songwriter Diane Warren penned this rousing ballad for the 1998 blockbuster movie Armageddon. Conceptually, she intended for it to be sung by a woman. She's named Celine Dion, who at the time was riding the tide of My Heart Will Go On from Titanic, as a vocalist she had in mind. Of course, things ended up going in a different direction, as Aerosmith recorded the track.
I'm close to you, feeling your heart beating.
It couldn't have hurt that frontman Steven Tyler's daughter Liv was one of the movie's leads. The band made the track fit their style, but retained all of the raw emotion Warren had written into it. I Don't Want to Miss a Thing was a resounding hit, promptly snagging the top spot on the Billboard Hot 100.
'Cause I miss you there, and I don't wanna miss a thing.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Baby One More Time, Britney Spears, offered to TLC. A widely popular music group passed on Baby One More Time before it was recorded by a then unknown Britney Spears. Indeed. After writing the lyrics to the song, Max Martin offered it to TLC. They, however, declined to take it on. A few other names were reportedly considered, but the track was ultimately given to Spears, who immediately loved it and jumped at the opportunity to record it as her debut single. Still a teenager, she was launched onto the global stage with the release of the song, which was a hit not just in the States, but internationally too.
Hit me, baby, one more time.
It wouldn't be the only time a rejected song became a Britney Spears classic either. Just ask Kylie Minogue how she feels about Toxic now.
It's dangerous. I'm falling.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.